You're 7. Wow, you played really well. Very difficult pieces and inventions at 7 years old. So why don't we start with the polka? Shall we do that first? Yeah. Okay. So, would you mind playing for everybody from the beginning one more time? Okay. So let's start from the very top. Those staccatos at the very top, can we have them just be a little bit more kind of like outspoken, you know? So like e, and then, you know, sorry. More on the top note. Can we try that? You have it by memory, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you can just kind of like drop your pinky. And it's echoing, right? So, dum, bum, right? I would love to hear more of that. Can we try that again? So really kind of like focus your fingertip on your pinky. Can we try that? Good. Can I grab your finger? Would you mind? Okay, so like this. You feel that? And every time you strike the note, it's going to be a little softer, right? So yeah, so we want to hear that one. Yeah, good. Okay, let's do that one more time from the beginning and then we continue, okay? Alright, so something to work on. I know you're just a little kid, but you know, try to use more of, you know, so you have to use more what we call key speed to get the sound that you want. You know what that means? How fast you press the key, right? So if you press the key more slowly like this, you're going to get what? Kind of like a softer, rounder tone. A more direct, faster key speed, right? You're going to get more sound. Okay? So that's what we're kind of thinking about. So that's why I said more fingertip and also more direct motion, right? Okay, good. Can you continue? So, yeah. Bring out the higher note. So would you mind, let's just do that one more time and really listen to your pinky. Can we do that? So the right hand, can we do? Let's do a little exercise. Play the top note for me like this and then play the bottom note separately like that and then separately. Can we do that? Good. Good, and hold the first note. Can you hold the first note? Yeah. So what are we listening for when we do that? Yes, we're listening to the top note because this is called voicing, right? So voicing is when we're trying to balance more than one pitch in a given hand, right? Let's do that one more time, and then after that, again, and then together. Sorry, I'm in a weird angle. So, you hear how my pinky's louder? Voicing. Let's try that. Good. Good. Try to really balance the weight of your hand towards your pinky. Can we do that? Do you feel that? Yeah. Can you try? Yeah, good. So you want the weight of your hand to balance towards your pinky when you do that. Okay? Let's try doing it with the other one. So what finger ring are you using? Can you play the right hand for me separately? Good. So again, we can practice it the same way. Can you try that? So using the same method. Good. Good. One more time. Let's do it a few times. Good. And now can we do it together, but just really try to feel the weight on your middle finger. Very good. Very good. Let's do them both. In a weird angle. session, but if you work on this technique throughout, you're going to have better voicing, okay? And then what about the other section? So you see over here, can you play that for me in the right hand? Yeah. Yeah, that's already better. You see how that pinky is much brighter sounding? So I would love to hear that. Now, this is kind of fun, isn't it? What do you think is the kind of feeling of this piece? At least this part of the piece. Yeah, kind of excited. Yeah. And it's a little funny, right? I think so. So can we have a little bit more kind of like fun, excitement-y? Right? Right? So I think it doesn't have to be super even the way you play it. Can you try doing it with a little bit of timing like that? Yeah, something like that. But I would love to hear more the first note, right? So right now you're doing, I'm exaggerating a little bit, right? Can we have you see? Okay, here, you want the music? Good. Keep going. Good. Good. So again, your tendency is to da da, right? I want to kind of put things off kilter a little bit. Like you said, it's exciting, but I think it's also kind of funny in a way, right? So we should try to give people what they don't expect, so to speak, right? Can we kind of keep our listeners on their toes a little bit? So instead of doing like right? Can we think maybe something like that? Just play around with it. Take a little bit of time. Do you want to start from the forte again? Yeah, do you see where that is? We can start right from here. And then when you get to the measure with the F, sorry. Maybe a little bit of time on the first note. Can we try that? Good, tops. Yeah. Good. I think that's lovely. You know, I mean, ultimately you should do what your teacher wants you to do. But, you know, this is just like a kind of like a different idea. All right, very good. Let's keep going. Yeah, why don't you continue your phrase? Good. You know, for me, I would personally probably end the end of that phrase. So right here, I might end that a little bit more quietly than what you did. All right? Do you mind if we just try doing it once more from measure 17? Let's try from right there. Yeah, I think because, you know, the next measure we have what? We have forte, right? So I think that if you end a little bit more softly, it's going to give kind of like a different character. When you have maybe more like that instead of like that, right? Do you get it? Can we try that one more time? Yeah. Yeah, good. And you know, don't be afraid to really sing out that high D. So right. Okay. Let's try that. Yeah, and not, I wouldn't do too loud because why? You have a contrasting section coming up in forte, don't we? Right? Can we try that one more time? So don't finish too loudly. Yeah, I personally like that more. Because then when you transition, the forte will feel a little bit more kind of like a new exciting element, right? Okay, so let's try doing that once more. I'll give you the music. And then we'll keep going on to the next section, okay? Out. So that's tricky, right? All of these fast notes. I would love it if you were to, you know, I think sometimes you struggle a little bit with the evenness of your 16ths. If you just really sink into the beginnings of your notes, so like a can we do it once a year? Try not to rush to the Can you do that right hand for me? faster now? Good. So now you're really playing out the melody. Can we do that one more time, even a little faster? Yeah, exactly. So all of these passages, I think, including the next one, can you just play through them a little bit under tempo and really feel the bottom of the key, right? So feel that deepness in the key. Can we try the next one on E? Let's do that one more time so you can get your finger in. I would not put the second finger on that B right there. So make sure you use a thumb on the B. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, okay, can you try that? Let's work on that finger one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. If you finish on a 1 here, I think it'll be easier. That's better. Can we do that again? Yeah. Good. We'll speed it up a little bit. And this time, try to not overlift your fingers as you play so we can make a more kind of like fluid, deep legato. Good. So can you watch my hands when I play? So you see I'm not like really lifting. You don't need to lift your fingers super high, right? So yeah, that's better. Good. And again, feel that kind of deepness in the key because it is more forte, but we don't want to rush the fortes. Okay? Good. Let's do that one more time, just the right hand, and then we're going to go back. Good. Now, what's your actual tempo? Good. And just always, when you practice on your own, try to work on not lifting too high. So when I play, you feel that deepness? Yeah? Can you try that one more time? Alright, let's go back to measure 21. Let's put the hands together, and this time, really listen so that your left hand is not louder than your right. Okay, let's really try to balance. Same thing with this one, right? You're struggling a little bit, but I think it's because you're too much on the surface of the key. Really feel deeper into the key when you play, so even from the first 3 notes, you want to really connect with the keys. Can we do that one separately once? Yeah, that's already better. So when you're playing, can you really think like down into the key? It's like a mental thing, right? So let's try that one more time. Right there, and then, yeah. Good. I wouldn't make such a big kind of wave in the middle. Like I wouldn't do that. All the notes really sing through. Like that. Okay? Yeah, sometimes simpler is better, I think. Right? Good. So let's keep going just a little bit, and then we're going to switch over to the next piece. Would you mind, let's just play a little bit more. Can we just keep going? Let's start at 31 maybe. Good. So here's a good example of balancing between your hands. Left hand is too loud. Can you just make sure your left hand's a little bit lighter? And can we try that again? Yeah, that's better. A little bit better. Good. And what about this trill? Can we try doing measure 31 again? Yeah. So when you approach that trill, let's do it slowly. Are you starting on the higher note, or you should start on the C sharp, I think, right? Sorry. Can you feel this note is a little bit louder when you come down? And let's drop. Do that once. Just right. Yeah. I think the way that you play that C, sorry, let me get on this side. So when you have this, instead you're doing like a slow preparation, you're like slowing down, and you're, so yeah, I would just go like that. Can we more time, and then I think we might have to move on to the other piece. All right, good. Yeah, good. Let's just actually review this section one more time, the repeat of the theme, and then we're going to go on, okay? Voice. Good, good. There's something for you to kind of play around with. You know, it's something to kind of play around with. I don't think that you necessarily have to do it both times, all the time. So you know how it has like two iterations of it. So we don't have to do it both times. You could just do and the second time can be more like in the tempo. Does that make sense? I think if you do it every single time, it becomes almost like a mannerism or a habit that we expect, and we don't want that because then it loses the spontaneous effect, right? It loses that excitement and then that kind of a charm and the funniness, right? All right, good. So let's talk about your invention, okay? Can you open up to the right page for me? All right, such a tricky piece for just a 7-year-old, right? Let's start from the beginning once more. Personal preference, and you should do whatever your teacher would ultimately want you to do, but I think that it might be lovely to kind of connect the notes in the left. Can you just humor me and we try that once? Yeah. Yeah, good. You know, I think that there's kind of like, you know, many different ways that you can approach Bach, but I feel like this gives it kind of like a more unidirectional feeling, like a sense of flow to it. So can we just do that once more? And this time as we keep going, every time you have those fast notes, like always think about the beginning and sing through the line. Right? Can we just do that once more? Here's the music. So at the beginning, you're doing, do you hear what you're doing? You're putting it on a strong beat, but instead can we do, you hear that? I'm slowing it down so you can really, so think down, softer on the D. Okay, and when we do it faster, slowly once so you can really pay attention. Yeah, good. Let's just do it really slowly once so you can really control how you play those faster notes. Can we try it once more from the beginning? Good. Let's actually add the left hand in. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I think there's a tendency to sometimes add like a mini accent because the left hand is playing a note at the same time, right? So let's actually omit the left hand right now. Just work on the right so you can really listen to it, okay? So think you. Good. Once more. Like I would do it. Think down softer, like that. Good. And when you first approach the key, key speed is slower, right? Good. So good. So when you really control how you depress the key, you get a much better sound. And you get more control over your sound, right? Okay, good. Let's do that with the left hand this time. And we can go a little faster now. All right? So that's something to work on. I know it may not be perfect right now, but try to think about it as much as you can. All right? Can we go from the top? another, but they're all what? They're all really, really similar, right? Because they have the similar rhythm, similar kind of contours, similar patterns, right? So can we really try to be more continuous with the way that we play it? So maybe like a and again, try not to emphasize the because that's what I tend to hear. But try to think about the first note instead of the middle note. Can you try that? Oh, so right here, sorry. Maybe it's a habit. It's a little bit of a habit, but let's do a little exercise. Just exaggerate for me. Think like it's gonna feel really weird. Let's try that once. Good. Okay, now let's do that again, but this time maybe with a better sound on the first note. So but really focus on the first note as you play through the sequence, right? Okay. Good. And one thing about your hand when you play, I know that sometimes you have a tendency to kind of wiggle your hand a lot when you go through the phrase. You're doing. Can you keep your hand maybe like a little lower and more kind of stable? So watch my hand. See? One movement, one gesture, right? So watch my hand. Think down. And then that's the end. Right down. That's the end. So can you try that with the right hand? Yeah, that's better. So try to keep your movements a little bit more simple and more kind of economical. Can we try that again with the left hand this time? So on the B flat? Yeah. Good. Let's and try to keep your movements. So think down on the first note, and then simple ending. Okay. I was just playing there because I didn't want to play over you. Yeah, that's getting better. Good. Try not to move your wrist too much. So not wiggling my wrist a lot. So really controlled. Can we try doing my hands together now? So remember, try not to wiggle your wrist too much. Not extra movement is not always good. Try to stay in a lower position when you kind of first begin, okay? Good. So I know this is probably feeling weird to you, right? Because you haven't done this. Let's try doing this in your actual tempo. What's your tempo again? Can you play from the beginning? Okay, good. Okay. So let's do that. Can we take that tempo here now? And this time. Okay, good. It's getting a lot better. I like it this way. Do you like it? Okay. All right. Let's keep going on a little bit. So when we have the notes going together, let's do that really slowly, hands together, and measure 5. You see when they come together like that? Good. And I think it might be kind of fun to separate these. So can we do that? Separate them? Yeah. Good. We'll start right there. Okay. Do you need the music? Sorry. Here we go. I'm asking a lot of you. Let's start from measure 5, okay? Good. I'm being really, really picky. So you see the middle C right there? Can we not clip the note? Because right now you're kind of doing a but can we maybe finish a shorter notes, the C is longer. Let's do that one more time. Good. Now can we do Can you reach an octave? I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly. I would lengthen the middle C so it's not so short. I think it makes for more elegant playing. Can we do that one more time? So like this. You need the music? Okay, sorry. Let's do that once more. I wouldn't clip that note if I were you. So you good, and try to coordinate your hands so they're really together. Can you do the same exercise? Exaggerate. Okay. Just exaggerate once, okay? Without the accent on the middle, right? Without the accent on the middle. So really think heavier and louder on the first note. Right? Yeah, good. Okay, so it's going to take some practice, right? Especially when the hands are together like that. All right, let's keep going a little bit. Let's see how much time we've got. We're actually almost out of time. Let's just go on for a little bit and then I'll stop. I like what you're doing with the dynamic there, but I think I would be careful not to let kind of the sound die too much. You know, right? Make sure that your lines are always singing. So right? I do think that even though it's kind of like accompanimental in nature, this isn't a mention. I think that the two lines are somewhat both important, right? So can we try doing that one more time? Let's go from the piano and measure 6. Let's do that. Good. And again, just my personal preference, I would probably do more legato through that so we're consistent. Right from the beginning, remember we talked about still make a beautiful kind of little gesture out of it. So can we hear those notes a little bit more? Can we really listen to them? Can we try that once? Same place, please. Yeah, and I wouldn't make them kind of like uneven dynamically, because right now some of them are loud and then some of them are kind of soft. But if we can a little bit more even tone, you know what I mean? Like if you can imagine, just kind of like just a string instrument, you're just accompanying in a very kind of even way. Can we just try that once? Not just only your first notes, and I think that sometimes it's very important to think, don't let that die. Not too soft always, okay? No. Okay? Can we try that once more? Yeah. Almost out of time. So let's just do that once more. Can you play your left hand separately? Now I know it says piano here. These are not box dynamic markings, right? So let's just kind of ignore that for now. And let's just play out a little bit more kind of like a singing melody. Can we try that? So I'll play lower. I wouldn't go loud on the highest note. Can we try that? Good. And then also when you play these instead of doing okay, be careful about the middle note. Can we do the hands together? Let's try the hands together, okay? And just remember, left hand is kind of your main subject, right? So you try that. Good. Okay, so we're definitely running out of time, but I want to leave you with some other things. So you see over here on the next page, can you just play that with me? For me once, measure 14. So one thing that you want to think about here is sometimes the notes are not really speaking evenly. Do you hear that? Right? So how can we approach this kind of like in a more desirable way? So remember we talked about keeping our movements a little bit more simple. So using one gesture, not trying to move your wrist too much. Can we just do that once more? And really, don't be afraid to kind of play out in deeper a little bit. I know you're just kind of little, right? But sometimes if you don't make enough contact with the key, what happens is that the pitches come out a little bit more unevenly. Does that make sense? So feel kind of like a deepness, a contact with the key. Can we try doing that once right there? More secure. Yeah, because sometimes I felt like we were missing some of the notes and then they were not carrying through. But just remember that the fast notes, they're not just there to be fast, right? They're part of your melody. They're part of, your music making process. Okay? All right.